I'm going to introduce our Deputy Director of Project Development, Nafees, and he is going to give a presentation on Project KD 3023.
Up and down.
Down goes to the next.
I guess it is still morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This project I'm about to present has already been designed. It's 100% designed. It's ready for advertisement. We're hoping to advertise sometime within the next 4 to 5 weeks. So again, it's been fully designed and everything. Went through all the procedures that Jeff and Alice talked about to determine the MBE goal with SPR. Went through all that. Again, it is contract number KB 3020. It is the Curtis Creek Drawbridge Rehabilitation and Resiliency Project. I'm going to go through the background, the purpose and need of the project, the scope and the schedule, the maintenance of traffic, because this one requires an elaborate maintenance of traffic scheme to do what we want done, get what we want done there, and then the project website and the contacts, and then we'll open up the floor for questions after that. Again, the background, this is the Curtis Creek Drawbridge on I-695 over Curtis Creek. The bridge was open to traffic in 1975. It's about 50 years old now. It's 3,325 feet long. It's about, I think, 35 spans, 35 to 38 spans. It is a dual bridge. One is on the inner loop and one is in the outer loop of I-695, which is the Baltimore Beltway. The center spans of the drawbridge are bascule spans over the navigational channel. This MDTA is planning multiple projects along I-695 Southeast Corridor, which is again the portion of I-695 that is under the jurisdiction of MDTA. We call that the Southeast Corridor, and we have a lot of other projects besides the Key Bridge rebuilt, and besides this one, we have a few that are in the pipeline and will be coming out soon. That is part of our system preservation program, which again, throughout all of our facilities, not just the Key Bridge facility. The purpose and need. The purpose of the project is to perform structural repairs to the existing Curtis Creek Drawbridge to ensure a continued state of good repairs. MDTA is expediting work on the Curtis Creek Drawbridge to ensure completion before the Key Bridge rebuild is completed and open to traffic. Trying to take advantage of the reduced volume of traffic to do what we want to do there. This project will help ensure a prolonged service life for the Curtis Creek Drawbridge and safeguard against potential disruptions to the transportation network in the future. Again, the work mostly does not involve the draw span itself or the bascule span. It is involves like the flanking spans on all 4 corners of the bascule spans. We'll explain that later. Scope and schedule. I guess, should I do, Jeff, you're our expert now. Can everybody see that?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Two fingers to drag.
My fingers are nice and pleasant. There you go. Overall scope, maintenance of traffic operations along I-695 to safely allow Curtis Creek Drawbridge. What we're going to do is we're going to shut down one side of 695 and put traffic on the other side. We'll have contraflow on the other side while we do work on the other side. Again, concrete bridge deck and parapets, partial removal and replacement, steel repairs to existing steel superstructure on the catwalks, clean and paint the new portions or the new steel that we will be using to repair or replace portions of the existing bridge. And we're going to do a new electrical service system. We're going to replace the low level or the street lights on the bridge and minor electrical upgrades. Upgrade lighting and traffic signals on the bridge, and new pavement markings and signage, as well as new drainage system in the repaired bridge spans. We looked up the NASCOs will be involved in this work, and I believe these three, 561990, which I believe is a general code for bridge and roadway construction. It pretty much encompasses everything under the sun that pertains to bridge and roadway construction. 23 to 237, 310, I believe that is bridge and pavement, new construction as well as rehabilitation. Steel, concrete, everything. Everything, yes. 238-210, that's all electrical wiring and electrical stuff. Like I said, we will be replacing all the light poles on the bridge, the low level or the street light poles on the bridge, and that's why we have that. Anticipated schedule, advertisement, like I said, we're hoping to advertise in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Notice to proceed in the fall of 2025 and construction complete by spring of 2027. This will have a duration of 18 months. However, the closure of 695 or the MOT scheme that I'm going to show later will be in place for 12 months only. I guess can I go next without?
Yep.
Okay. And here's the maintenance of traffic scheme that will be implemented for this project. Like I said, when we work on inner loop, we're going to shut down, we'll put traffic, if we do work on inner loop, we'll put traffic, contraflow traffic on the outer loop, 1 lane in each direction, and there will be physical separation using double-faced concrete barrier. The reason why I say that will be a lot of trucking. We're going to use a lot of trucks to load and upload and remove all the double-faced concrete barrier. It's going to be for the entire length of the bridge, which, like if you recall, was almost 3/4 of a mile. Be using concrete barriers, so that will require like a lot of trucking. So anyway, again, traffic operating, one of the dual bridges will be closed and traffic will be maintained with 1 lane in each direction on the parallel bridge. The ramp from northbound Maryland 10 to I-695, the outer loop that goes towards the Key Bridge, will be closed when we do work on the outer loop of the bridge. That will be closed for as long as it takes him to do the work on the outer loop. Again, like I said, this will be in place for 12 months only, while the overall project duration is 18 months. Minimal delays are expected due to the current reduced traffic volumes at Curtis Creek. We implemented this scheme here twice before. One time we had to do emergency repairs back in 2009 on the bridge. And it did not really cause a lot because there's not a whole lot of traffic on that section of 695. And back in 2014, 2015, we replaced the grid deck of the bascule spans and we implemented this with a lot of success. So hopefully this time it should be easier, like I said, because there's hardly any traffic on that section of 695. The project website, we have a website for the project right there. We have actually a website for the entire corridor there that lists all the upcoming projects that we're working on. The project contacts, no, that's hard to spell, so don't worry about it, don't remember. But anyways, you can, is this presentation gonna be provided, I guess? Yeah, you can get in touch with me anytime. I'm open for business 24/7. Always there to call. So. Melissa Bogdan is she here? I didn't see her.
That's a good question.
I didn't see her. Yeah, she was supposed to be here. Melissa Bogdan is our public outreach person. So.
That's who I want you to meet.
But I work out of the White Marsh office of the Maryland Transportation Authority's White Marsh office. I am the deputy director. I know it's deputy director of project development. I've been with MDOT for 38 years.
Oh, wow.
13 years at State Highway, 25 years in counting with MDTA. So
love it so much you can't leave.
Yes, very enticing. So and in the White Marsh office we handle the express toll lane projects, all that expansion along I-95, adding the express toll lanes and system preservation as well. Also, big system preservation contracts come out of our office, including the Key Bridge rebuild. My boss, Brian Wolf, he's handled that out of a different office, but it falls under the umbrella of the White Marsh office.
Thank you.
Questions?
Are those the only NAICS codes that can bid on the contract?
Well, I'm sure there's plenty more, but they're general. They cover everything. Yeah. And again, like I said, we're replacing about two concrete spans. I believe they're like about 150 foot long each. And then what we call the cantilever spans, which are the spans that go over the counterweight room for the bascule span. We're gonna replace those spans, do some steel repairs there, and replace the deck also. So it's mainly that, and then maintenance of traffic. Basically, this is gonna involve a lot of maintenance of traffic, a lot of concrete barrier to be used. So, yes, ma'am.
Will there be any services or needed services for construction management?
Of course, yes.
And is that gonna be something that's a separate solicitation, or is that gonna be under your uncalls?
Well, we already have CMI contracts, so I would imagine our construction team will be using those to bring on a team to do the construction management as well as the inspection.
Okay.
For you, every contract that we put out, all the AE contracts, by the way, they have about 10% of what we call undesignated subcontractor money. The reason for that is to bring in specialty sub-consultants if needed. But I also saw that people like you could go out, maybe reach out to a major firm and see if they can add you on as an undesignated sub. First, we have to be with MDTA's approval to bring in, an inspector or something. Yeah, you could do that. Just because they've been awarded doesn't mean the door slams shut in your face. There are avenues for you to get on.
Okay.
But you have to talk to them, whoever has the contracts, not
Yeah.
us.
That's good to know, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any more questions? Yes?
Do you have contracted vendors already for your traffic control, or is that something you're bidding out?
That's up to the contractor. We designed the maintenance of traffic scheme that you see there, and we always, in all of our contracts, we say the contractor can do a traffic control plan, his own plan, if you want to change what we see here, but it's up to them. We have a bid item for maintenance of traffic, they bid on it and they bring their team. Yes. So whoever gonna be you can't show up to we already had the pre-bid meeting and all that. I was gonna say, reach out to them and whoever wins the contract and see if you can join their team. Yes, sir.
You guys replacing the full deck or just spot decking, and how about the road markings?
That the road markings will be whatever all over the bridge. But no, like I said, we're only doing two spans, inner loop, the key bridge side, the two spans. When you get to the draw span, those two spans we're gonna replace. And like I said, what we call the cantilever spans, is the machinery, the counterweight and the machinery room, the last fixed pier. Then you got the overhang span. So when you open up the bridge, the counterweight goes under those spans. We're gonna replace the steel is kind of warped there, so we're gonna fix the steel and then replace the deck.
You're gonna do a full markings replacement?
Yes, whatever is taken out by maintenance of traffic, which as you know, goes way beyond Maryland 10 and all the way, all that will be replaced using, it's like a specialized tape that's specified in the contract. Yes.
Will you be able to use existing contracts with other regions of MDOT, like State Highway Administration? If we have a contract with them, and you can find someone, can use the same.
To do what?
To use our services under contract with other agency with MDOT.
Oh, yeah, yes, we hardly use it. Ever since I've been, I think we resorted to doing that once. And to be honest with you, I forgot the logistics of having to do that, or Jeff, do you know how we can do that? And like I said, we did that once.
If the contract allows to piggyback, we need to get the secretary's.
I was gonna say, I just remember that. Yes, we need to get the secretary's approval for that. Yes.
So we'll do it in a situation where we're up against the clock and we may not have any funds. I don't know who has
Yeah.
questions, I'm just talking in this direction. But if we don't have the
Yeah.
funds and we're up against the clock, we may seek out support from one of our other modes. But we generally try to be as proactive as possible to avoid it because it is an extra hurdle, because then you're cutting checks back and forth. And then, how do I manage a project through a contract and another agency who the subcontract or the prime on that contract is responsible to them, not me. So we avoid doing it when we can, but it is a possibility.
Any more? Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Bass.